Hi, Cherlyn. I hope you're doing well. I'm Charisse. I wanted to take a moment and to comment on your post. Thank you for a well-written post that got my mind thinking. One of the areas that I really enjoyed in your post was the various examples that you gave of focuses or topics that you could use with a MANOVA. And one of the areas that you pointed out was parents' criminal history. I was curious more of kind of where you would go with that, if that was research that you're done or would like to do, if these are topics that you have chosen because you have interest in them, or if they align in any way, if you're a clinician, with the work that you're done. But it did make me think about some of the just different aspects of the way in which a MANOVA could be used in MANCOVA at some point, but MANOVA in particular, to really even take something like parents and number of arrest and even bring that out to a further aspect. One of the ways that I'm recognizing the power of this statistical tool is it not only helps you determine the impact of the independent variable on more than one dependent variable, but I feel like as you go through the process, there's going to be this natural occurrence where you start to think of more dependent variables that maybe you didn't account for. I know part of that can be when you're looking at outliers, and that's going to be an aspect of it as well. But the process, although complicated, really just kind of expands your ideas as you are researching to get an accurate picture of what you're interpreting and if what you're doing should be looked at through the lens of any other situation or challenge. In doing some additional research, one of the things that I found out was how the MANOVA can be used in modern day situations. And I found that pretty interesting. One of the ways is we see it a lot in economics and psychology. For example, marketing is a big way that MANOVA is used. And it reminds me of our conversations all the way back in the beginning when we were talking about statistics in the real world, and really building on that and seeing how, even though we're here towards the end and looking at, or end of this year, this semester, looking more at more complex statistical procedures, that it's still applicable for the real world. That this is something, for example, that a lot of branding companies will use to determine the best research design. And it made me think about how much statistics has likely been used for us to pivot as a country during this pandemic. We have had to make some very quick decisions and collected data on, what's the best platform, or what percentage of individuals are now shopping here at this aspect. And I just thought that was a really valuable way. And looking at the different research topics that you gave kind of took me down that avenue. So thank you for helping to crank up my critical thinking, and I appreciate your post.